when your mind is not your own. Lonely is the night when there's no one left to call. You feel the time is right, say the writing's on the wall, yeah. It's a
This is In the Know for Friday, September 18, the 262nd day of 2020. There are 104 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105. On Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose, live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app, using the SoundCloud or iTunes podcast, on Facebook Watch, on YouTube Live, on Periscope, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. Sam Gormley is going to stop by with a Cougar Sports Report to get you ready for the weekend. Hooray, we're yella! That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beej. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
2020 has been a challenging year in ways, but there are some benefits to 2020. Would you like to hear a couple of them?
I certainly would.
To make you feel better. Drive-in movie theaters have made a comeback.
Love that.
Thanks. Drive-in concerts were created. People have brushed up on their sewing skills, making masks for people who need them most.
Which I do love.
Americans rushed to adopt pets a lot this year. We've gained a little weight, but we've rediscovered hobbies like baking and gardening, and puzzles and board games have made a comeback.
Huge fan.
Of course, from your perspective, board games and puzzles never left, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But maybe we do it a little bit more.
Yeah, we are doing them more frequently, without a doubt. Trying to get away from that screen just a little bit. She's the pride of Pumpkin Center. The heiress to the great mini burger fortune, she's Vera Wang's arch nemesis and the professional bargain hunter's woman of the year, Misty Embry Thomas. Hey, here we go!
Holy Ghost,
Holy Ghost,
Big Bang Theory,
Big Bang Theory,
Pentecostal,
Pentecostal,
Fire and Brimstone.
Fire and Brimstone, Mission Temple Fireworks Stand.
How's Misty?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm always looking for those people that do that growl and that high sound. Every time I hear it, I turn around and look for them. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere in the congregation.
Every congregation has one.
2020 is trying to give back. I told you the things that, we've found in 2020, but we're going to get a Halloween full moon in 2020.
Oh, my.
I know, especially kids think that we get a full moon every Halloween because it's thematic. Every Halloween scene that you see is a full moon, a harvest moon. But not since 1944 could the entire earth see a full moon on Halloween. In 1955, most of the country could, but not North America or the Western Pacific. But this year, except for just a few people in Australia, every resident of Earth will be able to see a full moon on Halloween.
At the same time.
You're saying that I've never seen a full moon
No.
on Halloween?
No, the entire globe, because of the angle.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
because of the angle and the seasons and the rotation.
Okay.
So multiple things have to line up just right. The seasons have to line up right. The tides have to, the moon has to line up just right.
So this is like Halley's Comet.
Yeah, it's kind of, so 70 years since that's, happened previously, that all residents of Earth, except for a few Australians, probably Keith Urban's ancestors,
That's what I was about to say. It's his family that's going to be left
get
out.
to see a full moon on Halloween.
But he'll write a great song about missing out on the full moon, and we'll all buy it and
That's
love
right.
it.
He has a new song with Pink that he performed on the ACM
He
the other night.
does?
He does, yeah.
Okay.
Cooler temperatures arriving for the end of summer. It's the last weekend of summer, so live it up and enjoy it.
Without
but
your
it's
flip-flops.
going to feel like October-like weather. We'll see mostly sunny and 72 today. A chilly night, 49 tonight. Sunny and 70 for tomorrow. Maybe mid-70s on Friday, mid-70s on Sunday. We need... We all three have a shirt on, so I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go. It's probably Christie's camping,
Probably.
or not?
Probably.
Not camping, surfing.
Her Honduras
Yeah.
shirt.
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And that was not my
I'm
intent
going
when I
s-
left the house this morning, but that's a whole other story.
Rain. We need it. But it's going to be dry for the next 10
Well,
days.
Florida got it all. So
Florida
Dramatic
got it
Florida.
all. And that little jog that Sally made to the right
Yep.
meant that she really kept that right turn Clyde going and went through Macon and Atlanta and that area. And the
Denied us.
the more to the west that those storms go, the more likely they are to go up through the backside of the country, Arkansas, and the armpit,
Yep.
and then come on up through the Ohio Valley.
Gotta wash the armpit.
That's exactly right. Hurricane Sally, of course, people in Pensacola and the Gulf Coast picking up after a lot of damage. 1 to 2.5 feet of rain gathered in many places on the Gulf Coast. People are trying to find their boats. And the boats just got different areas. I saw a church steeple dangling today. It'll take months to recover from
So-
that storm.
On that boat thing, is it finders keepers after a hurricane? Like if you had a fishing boat and a yacht now is in your backyard,
I'm sorry. I just think Forrest Gump. That's my boat. Crashes into the pier. By the way, I saw the author, the guy from Alabama who wrote the book that inspired Forrest Gump, passed away this week.
really?
Yeah, I saw that. It's kind of sad.
What's the name of the book? I didn't realize that was inspired by
I'm
a
not
book.
sure the exact title. It's the Forrest
interesting.
Gump is where it was drawn from. I'll look it up. I'll find it. I'll tell you how to find it.
Okay.
Hey, hooray! We're yellow.
Okay, well that's confusing because
Why?
the health department just told me we were orange.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
are we?
We're closer to yellow. I never wanted to be called yellow, but
Yeah.
I just thought in the red green. I thought our rubric was red, yellow, and green. Apparently, there's shades of red, shades of green, shades of yellow.
Yeah.
I guess we are orange. We're accelerated. I always wanted to be in the accelerated program. It's
Yeah,
my first
sure.
time in life.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten good with an accelerator. I was never in any academic accelerated program, but yet here I am in a COVID accelerated area, and I'm just loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can promise you that you did not in school want to be a
You
part
missed playground
of
time.
the accelerated program.
Oh yeah,
I
Okay.
learned that in
Right.
kindergarten. I'm like, I won't be smart anymore. I
gotta
don't get to
pretend
play
to be
outside.
dumb.
So we're just barely out of the red zone in Grayson County.
Yeah.
We're into the orange.
I had a kid once.
Is it? Are we more burnt orange, or
No,
are we
I
more
think we're
ugly
more-
Tennessee orange?
Yeah. We're yellow.
Well,
and
I think we're burnt orange because we're not too far from red.
Oh, well, maybe we are.
You can read that at K105.com. 628 cases across the state yesterday. Will cross over probably to 60,000 total cases since March later today. Positivity rate still looking good, 3.82%. And ICU rate looking good or looking better, unless they're fatalities. We're down to 113 people
was
currently
500 and something
in
the other day.
ICU. No, that's the hospitalized number, 515.
Oh, I thought that was the ICU number. I was going to say.
No, the ICU number was it was north of 118. It might have been even 120 or 125 earlier, but down to 113. And we're now at 1.1 million tests performed in Kentucky over the last 6.5 months, I guess. Superintendent Doug Robinson, based upon some of the COVID-19 concerns in our area, we were, until yesterday, we were a red community, a red county, and now we're some level of orange. But he said yesterday, he being Superintendent Doug Robinson, sent a statement to the district's parents and guardians detailing new state guidance regarding implementation of in-person instruction, as well as the district's commitment to transparency. He said about 2/3 of the county students will attend classes beginning September 28th, limiting most class sizes to 15 or fewer students. Additionally, he said less than 40% of any school's student population will be in the school building at any given time. You can read the full statement at K105.com. Helpful information for parents. 2/3. So let's round up and say 67%. Can we deduce from that 33% of parents in Grayson County have opted for homeschool, private school, or virtual school?
Absolutely.
Isn't that what the math reveals?
I would think, yeah.
Because this is not a cap they set. These are metrics that they say, okay, we're dealing with 7 out of 10 students still, or almost 7 out of 10 students. So that way, if we split those into 2 alternating groups, then that gives us roughly, less than 40%.
Yeah.
So I guess that's
I think he went on to say that 1/3 of the students had opted for the NTI. So they
Of course, you already had a lot of parents that said, we're going as fast as we can toward homeschooling. There's a small private school
I think
contingent.
I was the one that said when this all started that we would see 1/3 of kids homeschooled. Wasn't that my estimate?
I think so.
Our friend, our dear friend Blake Stinson down at AutoSmart, I saw he was ready to quit his job yesterday as a homeschool teacher.
As a homeschool
God
teacher.
love it.
Yeah.
As a homeschool teacher.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends who have, spankings back in school has been for a while now.
Yeah.
They're having these conversations with their kids they probably would have never had. Like they're talking to them like adults. Like you need to see a counselor at this point. Like
Sure,
a lot of
yeah.
a lot of recommendations are being made.
Go to the principal's office. If I were a homeschool teacher, it would be all recess all day long.
Yeah.
That's we'd have lunch.
I know the kids in my neighborhood are getting very creative, like with their recreation, like they're painting tables and reselling. Like they're entrepreneurs now. They're upcycling furniture.
Shop class.
They're outside. They've been gardening. I saw one on a tractor today. I saw one driving a car. I was like,
FFA. They're in the
I
FFA.
was like, driver's ed already? We're 14. Yay. They're like backing up and down the driveway.
Sure.
This is great.
Now, I'm not interested in teaching health class, so somebody else can.
Yeah.
do
I
that.
think there's Sesame Street
That's
or
a
something
great
for that.
job for you.
Health class? Oh, dear.
The Kentucky Supreme Court heard oral arguments yesterday on whether Governor Beshear exceeded his constitutional authority on executive orders related to the coronavirus pandemic. A lawsuit was filed in June by 3 northern Kentucky businesses challenging his orders. Attorney General Daniel Cameron's office also sought to intervene, saying parts of the state law allowing the governor to issue executive orders were unconstitutional and were allowed by the judge. The circuit judge, after a hearing, indicated he would support the plaintiffs in the suit, so the governor's office asked for a stay of that order and appealed the case to the Supreme Court. It has shown... there was a statement from Latasha Buckner. She was representing the governor. Says it has shown that thousands of lives have been saved by this measure, talking about the mask and other things. Of course, our very own hometown hero, Chad Meredith, arguing on behalf or giving the oral arguments on behalf of the Attorney General's office as the Solicitor General, making his compelling statement to the Supreme Court. He said, this court said in Fletcher versus Commonwealth that good intentions do not justify unconstitutional acts, and there have been a lot of unconstitutional acts over the last 6 or 7 months. He added that Governor Beshear has lost every state and federal court case on the executive orders. After the hearing, Daniel Cameron spoke to reporters and said that Beshear used the part of a state law granting him emergency powers known as Chapter 39A the wrong way. And that really are the origins of the suit. Is when is an emergency over? What constitutes an actual emergency?
Right.
Some people argue, including the Beshear administration, that until there's a vaccine, the emergency is ongoing. But the emergency is more of a, damaging storms or conditions that warrant, toxic pollution, et cetera. I think that where the Beshear administration runs the chance of going astray is using 39A infinitely. oh, well, it says I can do this because, and so now you become all branches of the government using this executive power.
Yeah.
And so what the Solicitor General and what Daniel Cameron and these businesses are asking for is, if you want to implement that masks are required to be worn, then call the legislature back for a special session and make the legislature create the law that says a mask mandate is there.
Right.
You can't just use these executive powers at your discretion infinitely. And that's what they're...
That's a dictatorship.
That's right. Even Sleepy Joe Biden has changed his position on mask mandate. If you'll listen to the change in his talking points over the last few weeks, someone has reminded him that you, Sleepy Joe, can't tell a Kentuckian that he has to wear a mask in Litchfield, Kentucky. So now he said, well, I'm going to make you wear them on all federal property. Well, all right, then you can do that, but you can't tell every state, every person of every state, as the president, that you have to do it.
Right.
And so just kind of the way that it's going. Secretary of State Michael Adams says that Kentucky has received more than 320,000 requests for absentee ballots for the November election. The total representing requests as of Tuesday is about 80,000 below the number at the same point leading up to the June primary. So I think that's an indication that a lot of people intend to do it the old-fashioned way. Showing up in person and pulling that lever. We don't pull levers anymore, do we?
No.
No, there's no levers.
We color in
I like
boxes.
the little dial. Spin the
I do
dial
too.
and click. Spin the dial and click and cast
there
ballot.
used to be a lever.
Yeah, that's who you used to click. There were these mechanical.
So am I too young?
You're
to
too
know
young.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're too young. You too young to remember that the machines, they were voting machines, and you went in there and they looked like a telephone switchboard. They had candidates' names on the sides and the mechanical lever, and when you did that, it punched a hole in, and so you cast it, and it was.
Yeah, I
think
kind of
the-
like that.
I think the 2000 election that it got settled in the courthouse
Yeah,
with Bush.
hanging Chads took
Hanging
care
Chads
of that.
took care of it, yeah.
Absolutely. Papa John's on the way out. From Kentucky.
The guy, John, or the entire?
Well, they're hoping that you never remember him again.
Yeah.
By the way, I think Papa John got a raw deal. He founded that company in 1984. Louisville has been the corporate headquarters. He's from Southern Indiana, actually, but he's a Louisvillian. The people that he hired in building the company are Jefferson Countyans, Southern Indianans, and that generation of employee, they're retiring. You know, a lot of them have stock options, et cetera, and they're retiring. And so Papa John's, after ousting John Schnatter, has decided to... Here's the evolution of this story. It's important. The headline yesterday was Papa John's leaving Louisville, moving headquarters to Atlanta.
Okay.
That's the essence of the story.
Okay.
And now the Associated Press has rolled out a corrected story that said, well, what they said was they're building a new headquarters in Atlanta, and they're going to have 3 headquarters.
Oh.
One in Louisville, one outside London for their international operations, and one in Atlanta. So here's what's going to be the one in Louisville. It's going to be a secretary in an office somewhere going, hey, here I am at the Papa John's headquarters. So this way they don't get the backlash for leaving Louisville,
Right.
but they're going to take the majority of their good jobs to Georgia. I think there's a chance it's because Shaq is brokenhearted because Carnival is going belly up and having to sell 18 ships. And so Shaq has decided that Papa John's needs to be closer to him so he can get pizza faster.
Okay, can we go back to where are these ships being sold at? Like, who gets to buy the ships?
In the ocean.
Will one fit on Rough River? That's all I need to know. Like, how much fun would that be for tourism?
Oh, that would look fun. That would be fun to
We put
charge
one on
up
each
and down
lake.
Rough River in a cruise ship, just watching everybody else up on the bank. Oh, yeah.
Can I be in charge of entertainment?
Please?
Fun.
I mean, we'll put one on each lake. I need Litchfield Tourism on the phone.
There's something about this
Grayson
next
County
story that is, it is really funny, but there's something about it that's sweet too. Because one of the reasons I find it sweet, I think, is because one of these days I'm going to be old and make really dumb decisions There's an old man who went into, during the coronavirus pandemic, an old man went into a convenience store and he mistook the slushy machine by the front door as a hand sanitizing station.
Bless
God
its
love it.
heart.
See, it's just
Okay.
right there by the
Yeah,
door.
right.
He went in
Makes
there
sense.
with the
Yep.
slushy machine,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
no, sir, that's a Slurpee. That's not a. But
But his hands smell good.
but isn't that the sweetest thing, though?
It is.
Love
It's
it.
precious.
It just, but
He's trying so hard to do the right thing.
that's exactly
Yes.
right. He's got his mask on.
Shame
he
on
went to get his
you
hand
For
sanitizer.
putting a slushy machine by the door.
That's right. You need to
Who
move that
does that?
slushy machine and put hand sanitizer there. But it's very sweet.
Yeah.
Got to get to a break. Sam Gormley stops by with a Cougar Sports Report coming right up here on In the Dome.
KU presents the top 3 reasons to drive electric. Number 1, awesome range. Today's electric vehicles average 200 miles per charge. Number 2, a better bargain. EVs are about $1,000 less to operate annually. That's like paying 85 cents a gallon to fill up. And number 3, convenience. If you plug in every night at home, you'll wake to a full charge every morning. Plug into even more reasons to make the switch at lge-ku.com/EV.
Expert care, high technology, hometown kindness. That's Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center. Here's Dr. Gregory Koo on integrative healthcare.
Integrative is basically you mix holistic medicine with
including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett and Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages, incentive pay, benefits at 90 days, and a discount stock program offering after 6 months. Applications for production trainees are available in the front lobby with a convenient drop box. So stop by the office at 435 at Embry Drive and start your path to a career with Leggett and Platt. We need 30 new trainees immediately. So join the team where our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett and Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Most people think water pollution is an industrial problem, but it's also a household problem. When you allow hazardous chemicals, paint, or even pet waste to wash down the storm drain, it goes directly into our water. That makes a huge mess today, and an even bigger mess for our kids to clean up tomorrow. It's time we all did our part to protect Kentucky's water. To find out how you can help, visit stormwater.ky.gov. Brought to you by the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
Down here in the South, we like good coffee that's freshly brewed, warm, fluffy biscuits, and a delicious breakfast that suits your fancy. Like a savory sausage biscuit with egg or a tasty single sausage, gravy, and biscuit from McDonald's. Now, just $2 each. Head on over to McDonald's, where breakfast is Southern inspired and Southern approved. Price and participation may vary. Available when product served. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Facebook's next pair of smart glasses are coming via partnership with Ray-Ban. Social Network says the new smart Ray-Bans with augmented reality features will mirror the display of a connected smartphone, but didn't say much after that. Facebook says the glasses are a step towards its overall work on augmented reality and eventually a full-fledged pair of AR glasses. Reviews are out for the latest iteration of Apple's Watch. The Verge says the Apple Watch 6 offers an impressive blood oxygen monitor for the first time. There's a brighter always-on display and a faster processor. Other than that, not a whole lot of upgrades from the previous watch. Apple Watch 6 will run you $400. Ford giving us some more details about their all-electric F-150 truck that'll have mobile power generation so customers can use their trucks as power sources at job sites. The vehicle will come with dual electric motors, and Ford says it will have more horsepower than any F-150 available. It'll also have the fastest acceleration, F-150 due out in 2022, putting it behind Tesla's Cybertruck, which is supposed to come out in 2021. Tech Report, Larry Olson, NBC News.
Today is Rice Krispie Treat Day. And if your mama doesn't take 2 Rice Krispie treats and sandwich them around ice cream like my mama does, then your mama doesn't love you as much as mine loves me.
I always put peanut butter in my Rice Krispie treats.
You do? That sounds pretty good too.
So good.
It's also Cheeseburger Day today.
That sounds good too.
Cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
In paradise.
He is a 5-time winner of the Silver Sow nominee. 5-time Silver Sow nominee, 3-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawker Award. Covering the globe from Cincinnati to London to Moscow to downtown Short Creek. He's Sam Gormley and the sports. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. You a little brokenhearted this morning?
When you have no expectations, you can't be disappointed.
Well, Joe Burrow looked good for the Bengals last night. They have their quarterback of the future. That's good.
There's no, it's just, I mean, I think I'd be a better offensive lineman than some of the guys that we got, and that says a lot.
It's finally a case
Misty and I might be better. We'll get out there and we'd be better.
Well, what happened is that Cleveland's quarterback of the future, who they drafted 3 years ago, finally has grown up enough that Cleveland was able to. It was a good game, though. The Battle of the Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, you can say good game, but it didn't.
So I am curious to know, like, when you look at, so they call it the Battle of the Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so which end is the head and which end is the butt?
Well, it depends on who you ask.
I was asking you.
Have you been to Cleveland?
No, I've not.
I have not either, but I've heard plenty of stories that it is not necessarily the most pleasant place in the world. Well, the city of Cincinnati is a beautiful city.
I think it's
home of disappointment and sorrow.
If you get north of Paul Brown Stadium or Great American Ballpark, I don't have any interest in Cincinnati whatsoever. No, even no issue. No, Louisville's got a zoo. Football home opener tonight.
Yes.
And senior night.
Yes. I mean, it is senior night. It's a little different.
COVID orange. I think it's
fitting.
It's poetic.
Even
we
though
moved to orange.
It's more of
on
a
senior night for Cougar football.
I guess it's more of a Texas orange necessarily than a Grayson County orange, but you know what? Orange is orange.
Kind of burn orange, yeah, I guess. But after a big night at Thomas Nelson, I was surprised, Sam, across the board, NFL, the college that I saw, the high school football, and a couple of drops early on or a couple of fumbles. But really, the football teams that I have seen in their opening weeks are much more disciplined than what I figured. I thought without preseason games and without scrimmages, things would be very sloppy. But I didn't notice them to be particularly sloppy in week 1.
I mean, Grayson County, they fumbled on their first two possessions, so really could not have started off the season any worse. One of those fumbles turned into a Thomas Nelson touchdown. But really, after that second fumble, they completely took over the game and dominated for the next 3 quarters, outscoring Thomas Nelson 26-0 over the last 3 quarters, and got out of there with a win. And it doesn't matter. I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty.
Sure. Pretty nice facility up there, I noticed. New school.
Yeah, it was
campus.
nice. We were outside, so something that we're not necessarily used to, but it was a really nice night. Wind was blowing right at us. So I know my crew was complaining, but I was feeling nice because I was moving around a little bit.
Were you surprised they didn't opt for field turf at that school?
I was a little bit, because across town at Nelson County, they do have turf.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too, because I just figured that's the go-to move when you're building a new multi-purpose stadium, that you go with the field turf instead of the natural grass. But tonight, locker room show at 6:30. But before that, special senior night recognition on K105 Digital Productions. Is that correct?
Yes. So at 6 o'clock is what time the football team is going to be honoring their seniors. So we will have a separate stream that will start at 6 o'clock tonight that you will be able to watch. So the 5 or 10 minutes that it takes, we'll be sure to bring that to you. And then we'll take a break, come back at 6:30 for our pregame show for the Cougs and the Tigers.
So it's the Tigers from Breckinridge County coming to Grayson County High School. Both teams got off to a good start last week. They're both 1-0. Even though Grayson County has defeated Breckinridge County in the last 10 of 11 meetings, they really think they should have won last year at Harned. As I recall, that game got chippy and tense. Do you recall the same?
It was 24-12, but before that game, the Breckinridge County coach was saying something along the lines of that he thought that they were going to win or something like that, and it kind of added that extra motivation or something along the lines of that. Bulletin board material. That's probably the best way to describe it. But I mean, it's a rivalry game. That's what you want. But I know without Edmonson County on the schedule this year, the team I think has been looking for that rival to kind of replace Edmonson County for this 1 year, and I think Breck has kind of taken that role in the Grayson County schedule. And then that also puts in that it's also a district game. So this one actually counts. It means something. If you want to make the playoffs, you got to win tonight.
Well, and if you look at last year for Breckenridge County, they were 6-4. One of their 4 losses was to Grayson County.
Mm-hmm.
So you take that blemish away, they're looking at 3. So Breckenridge County, they have really come a long way because they've struggled for the better part of 20 years. And so they're looking for kind of that signature win in the rivalry because, as we know, a rivalry is only a rivalry if both teams share in the wins.
Looking at Louisville.
that is one example that would be nearby that you could use. Caden Woodcock, other than a couple of miscarries to begin, putting the ball on the ground early on, really had a good night last Friday night.
36 rushes, 233 yards, 1 touchdown. It was the most rush yards in a game since Q against Graves County, where he rushed for felt like 1 million yards in that game, 353 or something, and 6 touchdowns against Graves County in 2018 in the playoffs. So it was a big rushing game for the Cougars.
Hunter Toms went upstairs for a huge acrobatic catch.
Yeah, he grabbed it and put it on his shoulder and caught it. We called Sports Center. They didn't answer, but we tried.
Got it. What do we need to know about Breckenridge County
So
tonight?
your quarterback is Kyron Watkins. He was 5 of 6 for 85 yards and a touchdown last week, but Michael Johnson is their running back. I know Coach Jones, if you were listening with us on the postgame show last week, he spoke very highly of this sophomore running back. He rushed 10 times for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Tigers' win over Caverna last week. So he's going to be good. This team is fairly balanced on offense, defense. They're returning their leading tackler. They forced a lot of turnovers last year, so it should be an entertaining game.
Well, they score in their first 7 possessions?
First 7 possessions, they scored a touchdown, so that's impressive.
Gotcha. Volleyball action beat Butler County 3-0 on Tuesday, and then I saw they were in action against Ohio County yesterday.
Yes, beat them 3-1, so they're now 5-1 on the young season. So it's one of their best starts in recent history.
They have a doubleheader tomorrow?
Yeah, so they host Hancock County at 11 a.m. and Western Hills, school from Frankfurt, at 3:30 tomorrow, both at the Cougar Den.
Lady Cougar soccer in action against Franklin Simpson to start the week.
Yes, 6-2 they lost down in Franklin. So that opened up their season 0-1, but yesterday, I can't wait till Don Brown gets here so I can talk to him about this game because I was following, he was sending me updates and everything, and it sounded like a fantastic soccer game. Lady Cougars won in the second round of penalty kicks.
On kicks, second round of PKs?
So they tied 3-3 in the first round of PKs, so they had to go to a sudden death. And it was a winning goal by Hannah McDowell, the senior, for the Lady Cougars, so they ended up winning that game 5-4 last night.
On the road to Barron County, Monday?
Yes.
Gotcha. What about boys soccer?
Boys soccer, so a little bit of a rough week for them. They lost to Owensboro Catholic on Saturday, 3-0. And then on Tuesday, lost to Muhlenberg County 3-0 as well. They were supposed to play John Hardin last night, but very last minute, that game got canceled. So I know that Coach Fukuhara was scrambling to see if any team wanted to come and play last night in the waning hours to kick off. But
so it was a John Hardin deal more than a Grayson County deal,
from what I can understand. Cancellation.
Yes. Gotcha. Cougar Golf, they've sort of paused, I saw yesterday in a tweet.
Yes, actually, Coach Embry, he called me yesterday, and he said, I just wanted to let you know that we're doing this, and the reason for it is it's not COVID-related, but it kind of is. So there are no positive tests, no symptoms on the team, but their fear is right now is that they go to one of these competitions, and they have a couple scheduled here that are bigger, and one of their players gets it, and then that would put them out for 2 weeks, which would make them miss the regional tournament and therefore miss the state tournament.
So they feel like they're tuned up as tuned up as they're going to get ready for postseason.
Correct. I know Coach Embry said he was talking with one of the coaches at Meade County earlier this week, and they're doing possibly a similar thing. He talked to a coach in the Elizabethtown area that was doing the same thing. So I think this is going to be a common thread here that teams just don't want to risk it.
So it's not COVID-19 caused, but it's COVID-19 concerned.
Correct. Correct. Because he has 2 seniors on the boys' side, and he doesn't want them to have to miss a regional tournament or anything and end their year early.
Cross country, headed to Greenwood tomorrow?
Tonight. So they'll race because they're having to split it up because they're trying to bring numbers down. So girls will run at 5:30, boys at 6:10 down at Fillmore Park, down off Scottsville Road there in Bowling Green.
Yeah, I know it well. For their 2,500 kilometer race,
It's up to 5Ks. It's up to 5Ks.
Up to 5K.
It's up to 5K.
Not 2,500K.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
It's up
very
to
good.
5,000 kilometers. Yeah.
Cougar football. So upcoming K105 digital productions. We've got, of course, tonight. Kind of take us through the next week on what people can watch, because no general admission tonight on homecoming night. I understand you published yesterday no students.
Correct.
At tonight's game, so I would assume big viewing audience tonight.
We hope so. So if you want to watch senior night, that starts at 6 o'clock tonight. Our coverage of tonight's game will start at 6:30 with the Locker Room Show. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Then next week, we have Lady Cougar Volleyball on Tuesday against Whitesville Trinity. 5:30 will be that game. And then next Thursday will be the Cougar football team against Muhlenberg County. Again, that game is a Thursday and not a Friday. Reason for that is that there's an official shortage in the area. So I think each team in the area is kind of picking one game to do the Thursday, and this is Grayson County's week. So they will play Muhlenberg County next Thursday. So no game on Friday.
Is at K105 Sports getting to know all their new Twitter followers this week?
We made some new friends.
Having a getting to know me period late this week.
Thanks to Shana the Dude there on KSR.
It's been a big week for at K105 Sports. Just kind of in ways innocent bystanders to the melee of backing and forthing, so to speak.
That's probably a good way to put it. I mean, we had a front row seat to the hysterics and cheerleaders and South Central Kentucky. And
got it all.
Yeah, everything you need is at the K105 Sports Twitter.
A lot of plot twists earlier. Misty, I don't know if you know this or not, but young Mr. Gormley is turning into quite the wordsmith. And so as we wrap up the segment, I need an official ruling from Sam. Sam, what is the actual definition of trickeration?
Trickeration.
Trickeration
is something different. It's a tricky play. Trickeration. It's a football term.
I heard it was a new phrase he had worked into the coverage last Friday night.
It's like you're fancying up the field with your tricks, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
A lot of trickeration going on last night at Thomas Nelson High. So he's just going to add that word to my bag of tricks.
I just put it in my pocket.
Thanks, Sam. We'll talk to you tonight. That's Sam Gormley. Coverage tonight on K105 Digital Productions and K105. Get to a break. Back with more coming up here on In the Know.
End zone, touchdown, Cougars, and it's Jacob Kerr. Top keeps it himself across the left side. Juke move to the right, inside the 10, 5, touchdown, Cougars. Side and into the end zone, touchdown, Cougars. Firing over the middle, and it is intercepted by Grayson County at the 45, across the 30, across the 25, inside the 20. He's taking it to the house. Touchdown, Grayson County. The screen and brought down. The ball is out. Grayson County's on top of it from the 10, 5. Touchdown, Cougars. This one across the right side. He's across the 5, going towards the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Cougars. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars.
Miles. That's how far China is from Kentucky. But given how Mitch McConnell votes in the Senate, you'd think he was China's senator instead of Kentucky's. Over his 36 years in Congress, Mitch McConnell voted for 14 trade deals, shipping jobs to countries like China. Mitch McConnell's trade policies even led to N95 mask companies outsourcing production to China. And then when we needed those masks during this pandemic, China confiscated them. China blocked the shipments of life-saving masks to the United States because they could. Mitch McConnell's trade policies have made China richer and their military stronger. And you know who's made millions from China? Mitch McConnell and his family's shipping business. Mitch McConnell, 36 years is long enough. Paid for by Amy McGrath for Senate.
The federal government provides $150 billion a year to make higher education possible for anyone. Completing the free application for federal student aid, known as the FAFSA, is the first step to getting your share. But an estimated $40 million in financial aid is left on the table each year by Kentucky students. Don't let that happen to you.
Fill out the new and improved FAFSA today. Visit knowhowtogoky.org and join the conversation on Twitter, #KnowHowToPayKY. This message is brought to you by the Pritchard Committee Student Voice Team and the Council on Post-Secondary Education.
How's everything taste tonight, folks?
Excellent.
How was your chicken tonight?
It's excellent. Where was it raised?
As a chef, it's important to know where your food comes from. That's why we buy local and Kentucky-raised food.
We're the Settles family from Owensboro, Kentucky.
We produce poultry for families all over the state.
And we're proud of the products that we produce. If you're buying a chicken that came from our farm, you're getting an excellent quality product. Some of the best you'll find in the case.
A lot of your local restaurants feature our poultry products. We are a Kentucky Farm family.
Feeding Kentucky.
Feeding the world.
Sponsored by the Kentucky Poultry Federation and the Kentucky Agricultural Development Fund.
Hi, I'm Samara Heverin, running for re-election as your state representative. Last year, you put your trust in me, and I fought hard for our families in Grayson and Hardin counties, receiving GLI's Most Valuable Policymaker Award. I'm a conservative Republican. I'm endorsed by Kentucky Right to Life and the NRA. I'm pro-religious liberty, and I support our local police. Again, I'm Samara Heverin, and I hope I can count on your vote on or before November 3rd.
Paid for by Samara Heverin for State Representative.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
While we have plenty of sunshine overhead, we still have to deal with the haze because of the wildfires out west. Temperatures today climbing into the upper 60s and low 70s, and yep, that's it. We'll also be dealing with some gusty winds across the area, gusting between 20 and 30 miles per hour. From the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
You need cool air, baby.
Today is. No. We did today is already.
Oh, okay.
Time for Did You Know? I
Is
forgot.
it another donut day? I don't even remember what today is.
Did we do a Cougar Sports segment? I can't remember. We
Yeah,
did.
you all did do that.
You guys
yeah,
got
we
tracked
did
on
that
other
part.
things.
So I guess it's time for Did You Know? Did you know the average intelligence of humans has risen 20 IQ points since 1950? Now, that's the average. Some of us knuckle draggers over here, we haven't gotten any smarter. We're still the same old 1955 me
Yeah, I would like to see the data to support that.
on how that is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
apparently-
the testing, has that changed?
By the way, I don't know that we've gotten any more wise. We might have gotten smarter, but I don't know that I don't think we've gained 20 wisdom points on the wisdom scale, whatever that is.
I think it's just the people who took it in 1955 took it again, and because of their age,
maybe
they're
that's what
wiser.
happened.
They scored some points.
Mulan and its Disney Plus release have reportedly passed the entire box office for Tenet. So Tenet has been kind of the litmus test to see if Americans are ready to return to the theater for new releases. Big action picture. They showed a huge elongated trailer for it before the Star Wars movie that we saw in December. Went to the theater. I thought, have we gone to the wrong movie? This went on for a long time. So it finally came out a few weeks ago, and it's done okay, but Mulan on Disney Plus at $29.99 has shattered. So according to a new report, nearly 29%, that's almost 1 in 3 Disney Plus subscribers, pulled the trigger and purchased Mulan.
I'm not, because I learned there is no cricket.
There's no cricket in really?
Well, for me, it was not one that I ever loved. So
We love
one
it.
of our daughters does absolutely love it,
We're
but I
going-
do not care for it.
We're going to, the one thing to remember about it, it's available across all of your platforms. So when you buy it and you have access to it infinitely, in the same way you would go and buy the DVD, or you would have it will be in your library. It's not a one-time. If you took 3 people to the movies, it would cost you $29.99. You would get to see it one time. You would have to pay to get to go in and see it again. So this $129.99 means you can watch it as many times as you want.
Yeah.
forever.
So one of
theoretically.
you three need to invite me over.
Okay, we can do that. Or you can just
one,
borrow.
one of the three who have purchased it should invite me over.
Borrow
to
a
watch it.
device or whatever. The Matrix 4 is coming out. Keanu Reeves calls the upcoming sequel an inspiring love story. The Matrix, a love story. I don't even know if I've seen all of the first Matrix, so I can't say
I've
for
not
certain.
seen any.
A pregnant Chrissy Teigen accidentally reveals that she's expecting a boy. Oops. So she was doing a video on her Instagram story. She said, it's so weird because the baby's really, really healthy. He's big. He's probably, and she says, oops, that was stupid. And then she says, well, I might as well tell you, I'm having a boy. But let's be clear. That's all showmanship because she was not doing this video live. She had the option to post it. If she had not wanted to tell people, she just wouldn't have done the video that way. She would have shot it again and uploaded it. So nice try, but we're on to you.
I mean, we had a 50-50 shot of figuring it out on our own.
I flipped a coin and found out.
Right.
Here's Fox's Fall TV 2020 premiere date schedule. Filthy Rich premieres on the 21st. That's, I guess, Monday. The Masked Singer is premiering on Wednesday. The Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, and Family Guy on September the 27th. So new TV is about a week out, at least on the Fox network. I read a story this morning where Shaq was on Jimmy Fallon and said that in a game in 1999, Shaq was playing against Charles Barkley. And in the first half, Charles Barkley threw the basketball at Shaq's head. And they fought. They liked one another a lot, but Shaq said, I love you, but I'm going to have to knock you out. So they are fighting on the floor. At halftime, in the locker room, Shaq gets a call from Charles Barkley's mama. And Shaq's mama is also on the call and says, Charles is waiting for you out in the hall. You go out there and you all hug. You all shouldn't be fighting. So they're mamas. Right? These big 7-foot men.
They're huge.
And they
I
fight.
love it.
And the mamas say, y'all, Misty, this is your dad making you all hold hands.
Yeah, we
That's
sat on
what
the
this
couch and
is.
held hands when we were learning
You
to
had
fight.
Hold hands.
So this is so Shaq's mom is really the general.
Yes.
Yes. I think so.
That's right. But so I didn't know this until this morning that Shaq's mom and Charles Barkley's mom, best of friends. So they were best of friends,
Yep.
and so
You boys
they
get out there and hug it out.
They saw
Yep.
them out there, fighting, and so they got them, by the ear and said, "You all."
They should have made them sit on the bench and hold hands. That's what
would've-
Amy and I had to do.
That would have been
Sit on the
delightful.
couch. It was the worst having to sit there and hold hands.
Lifetime has decided to delay Betty White's Christmas movie until 2021 due to the pandemic. Okay, I'm going to tell you. You better be careful with this.
Yep.
Because as I correctly predicted, George Jones' tribute concert that they scheduled too far into the future, George Jones was not able to be at as they had intended. At some point in time, we're going to lose Betty White. Let's just hope we can hang on till December of 2021, or at least Christmas
I'd be
2021.
so mad if it doesn't happen because I was
Exactly right.
really waiting for it this year.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. More on the way here on In the Know.
Simple misunderstandings between a husband and a wife can easily escalate into full-blown conflict. That could have happened to author Jen Weaver and her husband early on in their marriage, too. Jen had been traveling on business and returned home on her birthday, hoping to be treated to dinner. She'd even dropped hints about her expectations a few days before. But when she arrived home, her husband hadn't planned a thing. But the reason that situation didn't escalate into conflict is because Jen took some of her own advice. She tells the readers to attack the conflict and not each other. There's an acronym called ATTACK to help you remember. The letter A in ATTACK is for acknowledging your role in the disagreement. And the first T is for telling your spouse how you wish you would have handled the situation differently. And the second T is for talking about how you can approach conflict the next time. A is for asking what your spouse wants. C is for complimenting your spouse for what they did right. And K is for kissing each other and moving on. And by the way, that list is available at our website. Keep in mind that your marriage won't always go the way you expect it to. The way you and your spouse manage conflict has a significant impact on the quality of your relationship. So, the next time you're at odds with your spouse, remember to attack your conflict and not each other in order to maintain a strong marriage. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
Down here in the South, we like good coffee that's freshly brewed, warm, fluffy biscuits, and a delicious breakfast that suits your fancy. Like a savory sausage biscuit with egg or a tasty single sausage, gravy, and biscuit from McDonald's. Now, just $2 each. Head on over to McDonald's, where breakfast is Southern-inspired and Southern-approved. Price and participation may vary. Available when product served. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages, incentive pay, benefits at 90 days, and a discount stock program offering after 6 months. Applications for production trainees are available in the front lobby with a convenient drop box. So stop by the office at 435 at Embry Drive and start your path to a career with Leggett & Platt. We need 30 new trainees immediately. So join the team where our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Expert care, high technology, hometown kindness. That's Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center. The team of dedicated healthcare professionals at Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center is committed to bringing you quality, compassionate care in a safe and state-of-the-art facility, driven to continuously improve the quality of health in the communities they serve, at the same time promoting healthier and more productive lives and lifestyles, close to home. Reliable, honest, progressive. Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center. Your home, your health.
You know I feel all right. Feel pretty good, y'all. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Come on, y'all, let's say it one more time.
MB's point to ponder for today might require a homework assignment.
Oh dear, it's Friday.
I've got too much homework already this
Oh
weekend.
no, this is the perfect type of weekend homework.
Okay.
What is Popeye's last name?
Not oil.
It's not
olive
no,
oil.
that's right, and it's not Doyle. Popeye Doyle is a famous character, and it's not the Sailor Man. Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yeah.
So his middle name is not the, and his last name is Sailor Man. Popeye's got to have. He was in the Navy. He's got to
Right.
have some type of official name.
Yeah.
He's got to have dog tags. What's Popeye? What's Popeye's last name?
Eli used to think his middle name was so I guess it's plausible.
By the way, while I'm on the idea of cartoons, I'd really like to know why Tom and Jerry never wore clothes until they went to the beach.
Right? Every time. Like, how come you put on that collared shirt and hat?
Tom and Jerry are running around everywhere.
Just naked little
all
jaybirds.
natural.
Yep.
Just out there, Jerry, and they're loving it.
Till they go to the beach.
Literally.
You're right.
And then they go to the beach and they put on swimsuits.
Maybe it's because they take their clothes off to be more aerodynamic when they're running and chasing each
Is
other.
there an answer to this one, really?
No, I don't think so. I don't. I'm literally pondering it. Nobody. Mickey Mouse. Popeye.
I guess it is the Sailor Man.
Do you run it all together? The Sailor Man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
Google is not helping me very much, so I'm trying.
Okay, on television tonight, the world's funniest animals on the CW. Not much on tomorrow in the way of serial television. The Emmy Awards are on Sunday on ABC. Jimmy Kimmel is the host, and the season premiere of 60 Minutes on CBS on Sunday as well. Looking forward to, I've never made chili before. I've personally never made a pot of chili before.
Really?
Never have. Don't know why. Just never have. So I'm gonna.
Are you going to try the pimento cheese this weekend on your new adventure of making chili?
Absolutely not. It's a pimento cheese free zone. I'll try it on that sandwich one time, and if I like it, maybe again. But no, I'm not. I'm not doing it.
All right. Well, I was going to come over and try it.
All right, then.
Because she said she makes the best. So.
Today's highlight in history. This date in 1850, Congress passed the Fugitive Slave Act, which created a force of federal commissioners charged with returning escaped slaves to their owners. By the way, I watched Harriet a few weeks ago, the Harriet Tubman movie. Pretty good. Pretty good movie, actually. In 1793, President George Washington laid the cornerstone of the U.S. Capitol. In 1965, the situation comedies of I Dream of Jeannie and Get Smart premiered on NBC. Jimi Hendrix died in London at age 27, this date in 1970. Birthdays today, actor Robert Blake is 87. Frankie Avalon is 80. Rick Fifino is 68 today. Aisha Tyler is 50 today. Lance Armstrong is 49 today. Jada Pinkett Smith is 49 today. And Jason Sudeikis is 45. I can vouch for Ted Lasso. So on Apple TV Plus, on their subscription model, Jason Sudeikis has a new sitcom. It's I guess it's a sitcom. It's a comedy, and it's good. Plays unassuming guy who is a second-rate football coach who gets hired to go to Europe and coach a soccer team. And so imagine this American from Kansas, from the cornfields of Kansas, landing in this upper crust, like European society. He's a dad. It's very good.
Good. And what's it called?
Ted Lasso.
Okay.
It's good.
And what is it on?
Apple Plus. Apple's subscription
mediums
TV.
now, right?
Yeah, there are a bunch. But there's a free trial. So do the free trial and watch Ted Lasso. And watch The Morning Show. That's Steve
that's
Carell.
The one I want to watch.
Steve
I'm gonna do that
Carell
next year.
Jennifer Aniston and her Reese Witherspoon.
Those two are enough to make you want to watch it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't need all the others.
Gone but not forgotten. Greta Garbo, born in 1905. Fred Willard, born in 1933. We just lost him back in May. And James Gandolfini. Tony Soprano was born this date in 1961. It's been 17 years since he passed.
Wow. I need to rewatch that series.
Oh.
No. 7 years since he passed. He passed in 2013. Okay. I thought 93. No, it's 2013.
Yeah, definitely binge worthy.
Let's go to chart toppers. Just a couple of minutes left today. 1961, Roy Orbison, number one. With Crying. My interest in Roy Orbison's music kind of starts and ends with Pretty Woman, Oh Pretty Woman. Mm-hmm. I even thought that he was out of place in the Traveling Wilburys. I didn't think that he was a full-fledged Wilbury. He was sort of only maybe 6/10 a Wilbury.
Gotcha. Yep, I understand.
Tom Petty was a Wilbury. Mm-hmm. Bob Dylan was a Wilbury. Jeff Lynne from ELO was a Wilbury. Roy Orbison, he kind of seemed out of place. Roy Orbison seemed like the guy that when they were getting ready to leave the house to form the Wilburys, they said out loud what they were going to do, and he said, "Can I go?" And they didn't know how to tell him no, so they let him in.
Yeah.
That's all happened
exactly
to us
what
before.
happened. Yeah, yes. Yeah, we've always had that one person that we're like...
Right. In the summertime, that one person that finds out that cool thing that you're going to do, and you don't know how to get them out of it.
Yeah. I'm usually the one person. Please take me. Please.
Mungo Jerry, in the summertime, number one this date, 1970. Listen, you better make the last couple of days of summer count.
I'm ready.
Come Tuesday afternoon, you can't play that song anymore.
Yep.
And you can't wear white.
Nope. Not white pants. You have to wear winter white.
Oh, winter white.
Yes.
Is that more like a snow color? Or?
It is.
Okay. Is that
like
the color
cream.
Snow cream?
Soft white.
1979. The Charlie Daniels Band, number one. No child, no. No, says I. Let's go to 1988. So from 79, Devil Went Down to Georgia, to 88 and Robert Palmer.
Simply irresistible.
I don't know why, but I still love this video.
Well, I don't remember the video.
Really?
No.
Really?
It's been like redone in so many
Who's
different...
one of the iconic
Yeah.
videos of
It's
those
of all
models.
the girls that look the
All
same.
the models that are wearing the same. You can see it after the show.
You've seen
I
it
don't like the
redone
song enough to even.
Let's go to 1997. Did I mention we were going to 1997?
Mm-hmm.
Pop quiz. What year did I say we were going to? Never mind.
Okay.
You don't have to answer. Leanne Rhymes. How do I live? Who did it better, Trisha Yearwood or Leanne Rhymes?
Leanne Rhymes.
Absolutely. By the way, Trisha Yearwood did the In Memoriam song the other night on the ACMs. She did a really good job. I don't know what the song was, but she did a nice job. Not crazy about her husband, but she did a fine job.
Well, she likes him, and that's all he cares about.
You sure? I think he loses sleep over the fact that I'm not crazy about him.
I don't know.
Also, that darn Florida Georgia line, they tricked me into hearing a little bit of their song the other night, and they tricked me because Kentucky is in the lyrics, and then it's in the I like my country, and they're trying to make it patriotic, like it's hooky. It says. It just, I love my country, I love my country, I love my country, over and over and over.
Brainwashing.
I'm thinking, darn you, Florida Georgia line, that earworm. And I don't even like Florida Georgia line.
Their songs are all earworms,
I know.
all of them.
They're tricky. They're like mad scientists in there trying to hook it up, so you'll have to think about their hooks. I don't like it. The Wreckers were number one, Leave the Pieces, 15 years ago today, 2005. All right, MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. I like this one. May your weekend be as happy as a bird with a French fry. May your weekend be as happy as a bird with a French fry. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Look forward to seeing you back here on Monday for another edition of our show. For Misty Thomas, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powered by Heritage Media of Kentucky, WKHG Litchfield, Kentucky, USA, 104.9 FM, the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105, your